Although, on a personal level, I cannot but wonder if something of the world itself has changed since the collapse. Has hyperspace become more chaotic, mysterious, inhabited almost by alien phenomena? Or was it simply unobserved or unreported before? Or were the reports suppressed? Or was there simply not enough intra-spacer contact to reinforce their observations? Or shall we put it, for the skeptical, these shared narrative projections? ComSec really has a hard time covering the more and more out of this world information. At first the redacted, the remnants of Triton's AI war fleets. Then the power that governs them, the Omega, the Super Albuster, Abyss itself and what's within it, the old confused drones, and I was told by John Starsector a little he heard from an old spacer he met in a Northern bar. He told him he was a spacer from Opus before the destruction and some time after. Yet he gave up this life. As scavenger, adventurer, explorer, he explored even into the abyss. He told John something like this. Please don't quote me on it. John Starsector himself doesn't remember what was exactly told, but he remembered a warning. By no means should he get near any of the abyssal lights in the abyss. John didn't press the just drunk and have mad spacer match. The man wouldn't budge. Memories or delusion of whatever he has lived or imagined broke him. It was better to leave him with his misery. Later, Captain John Starsector left for the abyss, searching. He was sent to abyssal hyperspace by Cornelius Elk to recover records and investigate whatever he was going to find. It was during this mission Captain John recovered the Onslaught of Mk1 venerable design, original ship that saved humanity. We learned from Watt soon after finding it. The threat, all derelicts of the domain gone rogue with orders to destroy everything. I've already done a video on them. It was later that Captain John went into the abyss again, this time sent by Cornelius' boss Zunia. She was going to pay a great price for every artifact brought back to her from the drones, be it weapons, hull or mods. With a strong fleet and an absolute hero of a ship in form of Mk1 and its opposite, the cursed ziggurat, Captain John ventured into the abyss slowly. Not far from the edge of hyperspace and abyss in systems with rogue planets, John's fleet encountered small fleets of threat. Battles were easy. Mk1 did what it always did, destroying threat quickly. With all small fleets gone, John's fleet went deeper into the abyss. For days the fleet traveled, rogue planets were hiding. It took a frustrating amount of time to finally find another. The fleet, however, found more than it wanted. What we saw before wasn't a real threat. Real threat showed itself later. Fabricator units, a fleet with them in, was encountered by the fleet. Battle against them was long and a bloody one. A big part of the fleet was lost, with many good people dying. Was this treasure gathered after the battle and more than enough supplies to repair the fleet twice over worth it? John didn't know. What he knew, however, was that he had a fleet with much of its crew now gone. He could take one more battle at best. This expedition was over. It was time to go back, get the credits, get more crew on the payroll and upgrade the fleet as much as the sector allowed. After escaping the system of this cursed rogue planet, before many more signatures on the radar could get close to the fleet, it immediately headed for hyperspace. Halfway out of the abyss, something cut through the pitch black void. It intrigued us. All of us. An abyssal light. We somehow didn't see any during the first part of the expedition, although we saw many during the one which Mk1 was recovered during. It sang to us. Captain decided to get close, get us a good boost of sensors. Captain John Starsector commanding the ziggurat activated the sensor. I remember the voice of the comm sensor captain. Commander, they came out of nowhere, from the light. What do we do? Wait, said the captain. That's when we heard. And then we saw Hello, I'm the Steel Merchant. In today's video I will read all the descriptions of all Shrouded Dweller ships and weapons. I will begin with the smallest ships, whatever those things are, and will end with the largest. Let's begin with the Shrouded Vortex. The only mercy is that it is short-lived. Unknown audio log, speaker unknown. A fighter or a frigate of the Shroud, made by the Churning Locust missile. It's a missile and a fighter and a frigate? I don't really know. No one really knows. Shrouded 10 drill. Say the chief was made when he came back. They did, but he weren't. Not at first anyway. That's the tragedy, see? It was all them that said he lied that drove him there. Overheard on the Jagal station. Concourse. Destroyer-sized Shrouded Dweller. It isn't strong by itself, it's more of a line ship of the Shrouded, whatever they are. Shrouded Eye. If this interpretation is to be believed, it gives a whole new life of sorts to arguments surrounding the cosmic censorship hypothesis. Intercept. Redacted. An extremely dangerous enemy. Its beam is deadly. Within seconds it can overload any ship, and when that happens, it's over. An eye, always staying behind the maw. Don't let it gaze upon you. Destroy it. Blind it. Never let it look again. Let it launch back into the end space it came from. Shrouded Maelstrom. A self-stabilizing anomalous incursion. It builds charge as it spins. If our sensors are correct, in many more dimensions than are first apparent, this self-sustaining action produces massive energy differentials, which are periodically discharged towards its target. I'd never have said a storm could be evil, but now. Intercepted audio log, speaker unknown. A bigger version of the Shrouded Vortex. It supports the line. Eyes hide behind it. It supports the maw. A real maelstrom against the enemies. A shredder preparing a salad that is whoever sadly comes upon a false light in the abyss. Shrouded maw. When the end comes, as it must soon come, it will be a yawning abyss darkened in fear and filled of teeth. It will come to swallow hope. It will come to swallow sin. It will, and the only escape is the path. It is the path. Selection from the archives of Holy Inquisition. Hesperus. Largest of the Shrouded, the maw that swallows all. Despite its size, it's mobile, thanks to convulsive launch, a jump through end space away from enemy or towards them. A tongue of the Shroud. Although it may seem that Paragons can easily defeat it, never underestimate those monsters. Eyes are always behind them. This colossus of evil can always retreat in a blink of an eye and then return. Destroy it immediately or everything around it first. If you want, it will swallow you whole. Sadly, I cannot tell you more. Those are being or avatars of something from end space, a space similar to P-space or phase space, which phase ships used to travel through. It's not the same space, but it is safe to be close to it. Nothing more is known. Did Domain know about them? We don't know. Does the hegemony know? We don't know. We know that Omega knows. It always knows. Omega ships use weapons based on weapons of the Shroud. Let's talk about those weapons, which can be made of essence of those things, smallest to largest. Let's begin. Inimical emanation. The inverted ratio of baryogenesis, or shall we say anti-baryogenesis, is among the more proactive qualities of the device. However, one suspects that management will be disinclined to appreciate the implications in light of the assessed firepower. Intercept. Redacted. A demonic version of shock repeater, a point defense, to use demonic power to protect. Ironic. Hungering rift. Sin feeds upon sin, evil feeds upon evil, ever fattening upon itself until naught of the soul remains. Selection from the archives of Holy Inquisition. Somehow this is a missile weapon. It shoots energy, darkness, evil instead of missiles. What is it? It shoots. Is it alive? Is it the being itself or simply energy it shoots from the plane of the dwellers? We don't know. pseudo-particle jet. If our particle accelerators could do that, it'd be like peeking into the mind of a god. Intercept redacted. The only kinetic weapon made from the essence of the Shroud, peeking into a mind of god. What kind of god? A demiurge perhaps? An eldritch being? Pushing against the Shroud, unable to break because of hyperspace, its thickness, its storms, yet in the dark where it's gone, it breaks through thanks to light, rift lightning. And so did wrath fall upon like a thunderbolt, and the blow was felt by all of the faithful and by all of the unbelievers in the firmament. All then were a murmur, near and far, and all did say, "Did you not hear a great shout of anger?" But none could name its word, nor repeat it. The Book of Lud, Visions 7:7. Abyssal glare. A gamma ray burst preceded the discharge of unprecedented stream of, we must admit, EM sensors could not penetrate the plasma sheath, and the gravimetric suit could not be calibrated under. Yes, of course, my apologies. The physics team speculates ejecta is a stream of near-sea charged matter, antimatter pseudoparticles annihilating in a controlled or perhaps semi-stable vortex. The Bryonic asymmetry is unusual, to say the least. Intercept redacted. Largest weapon of the Shroud player can use. Largest weapon so far from the demons or whatever they are. A high intensivity laser that uses demonic power of the Shroud of end space. It's called abyssal glare. German nihilist guy quote goes here, you know which one, and I know that he ain't a nihilist, okay, I'm just joking. Churning locust. All command and tactical officers at the risk of directly observing the phenomena shall be required to perform their duties with a non-observing partner. When, not if, mesmerization manifests, the non-observing partner shall immediately execute remote display deactivation. This order stands until Tech Ops completes the automatic interruption patch. Intercept redacted. Weapon, something shot by the Shrouded Maw. This weapon creates shrouded vortexes. It attacks, it kills, yet it creates at the same time. From the description we can read it makes people go mad. Who wouldn't go mad seeing this? Book of Lud surely says more about those beings, being whatever those things are. I want full release of the Book of Lud. Creators of Starsector, make it happen. I want to learn more about those things. In the future we surely will. Because right now we only got a teaser, I think. By Lud, at least I know Typhon Lances will do the job no matter what. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. But most importantly, I ask for your support to make the creators of Starsector release the full Book of Lud, okay? May your path be a shining one. Goodbye.